Cheez-it the podcast, presented by Just Cheez-it Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host Fondue, and welcome to Season 2.
Yay!
In this week's episode, we're going to talk National Cheese Soufflé Day,
Yum.
which we missed.
Oh yeah, of course.
We're going to cover a little bit of crypto, bank, and cheese.
Bank and cheese?
We're going to talk a little bit about how Cheez-it is aging cheese sonically.
Sonically.
We're going to talk about a cheese sweepstakes, and of course, we're going to tell a very cheesy joke.
Cheesy joke.
Welcome to Season 2 of Just Cheesy, the podcast. Episode 1. So cheesy, I guess we missed a holiday last week.
Sounds that way.
Yep, according to nationaltoday.com, National Cheese Soufflé Day was May 18th, 2022.
What exactly is soufflé?
Well, the word soufflé comes from a French word, souffleur.
No, not already, Fondue.
French word souffleur, which means to puff up.
Okay.
According to Amy DeWall-Dadmum, in the jsonline.com article, A Bit of Soufflé History, the first recorded soufflé goes all the way back to the 1700s.
Wow.
It's attributed to a French cook named Vincent de la Chapelle, and he cooked for European dignitaries and even the mistress of Louis XV.
Ooh la la.
Right?
That still doesn't tell me what it is.
About 100 years later, we have, and I know it's French cheesy, so just back off. Antoine Bouvier wrote a book called The Art of the Cook in 1814. Now, first I want to remind you, our holiday is Cheese Soufflé Day.
Right.
But the base soufflé dish is basically an egg dish.
Oh.
They call for butter,
Yep.
nutmeg, egg yolks,
Okay.
and then whites that are basically whipped, so you're looking for stiff peaks.
Stiff peak.
Much like you would in a lot of other egg dishes. You mix that all together, you put it in the oven,
Okay.
and you wait for it to rise.
Okay.
And then the dish has to be served immediately as it will actually deflate pretty quickly.
Ooh.
Bouvier apparently wasn't the only one that had soufflés on his mind.
Really?
Marie-Antoine Carême. They say he may have been the first ever celebrity chef.
Wow.
They say, quote, he wasn't the first to seek fame, but he became the most famous.
Interesting.
According to nationaltoday.com, Carême actually not only perfected a recipe, but he updated ovens. They were originally coal.
Wow.
So instead of coal, they updated the ovens to use air drafts.
Ooh.
And this was key in the rise of soufflés.
Wow.
And according to Wikipedia, they are found on the savory side with herbs and cheese and vegetables.
Yum.
But they can also be found on the dessert side.
Ooh.
Think jam and fruit
Ooh.
and berries and chocolate and bananas and lemons.
Yum.
Not only did we miss National Cheese Soufflé Day, but we also missed National Chocolate Soufflé Day on February 28th.
Aw, bummer.
You know what's not a bummer?
No, what?
According to the website thisisfinecheese.com, they have a cheese called Cambozola.
What's Cambozola?
Apparently, it's a mix between brie and blue cheese.
Yum.
They say it's mellower than a typical blue cheese.
Okay.
They call it the beginner's blue.
Beginner's blue.
So the reason this isn't a bummer is because there is a sweepstakes on their website.
What can we win?
Well, the grand prize is a vacation package up to $10,000 in value.
Ooh.
First prize is $5,000.
Wow.
Second prize is $4,000.
Ooh.
And these are vacation packages. One is to Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ooh.
One is to Key West, Florida. The other is to San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Holy cow.
Cambozola cheese, not a sponsor.
Nope.
But if they were, their ad would go right here. So, do you remember back in episode 18 where we talked about some of the slang meanings of cheese?
Oh, yeah. There were some doozies.
And one of those slang meanings was cheese is basically another word for money.
Oh, yeah, money.
Well, it seems like that is literal for a few people.
For real?
Yeah, we talked about it once that Italy has a bank that takes Parmesan cheese as collateral
Oh, yeah.
for loans, right?
Yeah.
Well, according to foodnetwork.com, there's an article by Amy Ryder, and I believe this is the same bank, but I guess what I didn't realize was that They actually store the cheese.
Really?
So essentially, wheels of cheese take anywhere from 18 to 36 months to age.
Really?
So this bank called Credito Emiliano makes traditional loans, and then it stores and tends to the wheels of cheese.
Okay.
It has a giant climate-controlled warehouse. So they store the cheese on behalf of the clients.
Wow.
They have, get this,
Okay.
over 300,000 wheels of cheese.
Whoa.
Right? And that's worth almost $174 million.
Holy cow.
And apparently there are also some cheese-themed banks.
Okay.
For instance, East Wisconsin Savings Bank has a division called Cheesehead Bank.
Of course they do.
There's also apparently an online bank called Cheese. Their website is earncheese.com. It's a debit card that actually gives you some rewards.
Really?
Their bank was initially aimed at Asian Americans, but other people are eligible to join.
That's nice.
I came across them on Instagram. You should check it out.
What's there?
It's Earn Cheese on Instagram.
Yeah.
And their picture has this actually a very cool looking debit card.
Really?
It looks like a piece of Swiss cheese.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
And unfortunately, they've run out. It was so popular.
Aw.
But I went down the rabbit hole, and apparently there is a big market for cheese on crypto.
Really?
Now, just like my pronunciations, if I'm saying any of this wrong, I apologize.
I have no confidence.
I mean, there is a litany of cheese-related crypto.
Really?
According to CoinGecko.com, if I search cheese, I get cheese fry,
Cheese fry.
cheese swap,
Swap?
hamster cheese,
Oh my.
cheese dow,
Oh gosh.
cheese soda.
My.
On Crypto.com, we see cheese coin.
Okay.
On CoinMarketCap.com, we see Stilton Musk.
Oh my gosh.
Coinbase has cheddar.
Cheddar.
We here at Just Cheesy the Podcast want to make sure that you understand that we are by no means recommending any of these currencies. This doesn't mean they're bad or good. We just don't have any recommendations because, frankly, we don't know a lot about them.
Can you imagine? Cheesy coin?
No.
Whatever.
And on that note, we should go to my favorite segment.
This week in cheese.
This one's kind of a doozy.
What is it?
According to foodandwine.com, in an article by Mike Pomerantz, it appears that Cheez-it, the cracker people, are teaming up with Pandora to age their cheese with hip-hop.
What?
According to the article, Cheez-it crackers are made with 100% real cheese that requires aging.
Okay.
They cite in the article a study from Bern University that suggests that aging cheese to hip-hop music could potentially strengthen its taste and smell. They've aged the crackers.
Age the crackers?
Right. They've aged the cheese for 6 months.
What songs did they use?
No songs have been released yet,
Aw.
but they did share the artists. So we've got A Tribe Called Quest,
Okay.
LL Cool J,
Right.
The Roots,
Nice.
Beastie Boys,
Okay.
and Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
On May 26th, the boxes will be released on CheezitHQ.com and Pandora.com at 12 p.m. Eastern Time.
Nice. I think I'm ready for a joke fondue.
Okay. Where does cheese keep its money?
I don't know. Where?
In a Swiss bank. Get it? Swiss bank?
Oh boy, dorky as always.
You know it's not dorky. It's a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Season 2, Episode 1.
Thank you.
Please make sure to like, share,
Yeah.
subscribe, and tell your friends about our great podcast.
Stay cheesy, everybody.